What's up, everybody? In today's video, I'll be showing you the 3 most popular ways to earning fragments, and I'll also be telling you which method is the best and which one you should be doing for a maximum outcome of fragments. If you do enjoy today's video, leave a like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot, and there'll also be a giveaway in this video, so stay tuned. Anyways, let's get into it. To start, I wanted to talk about raids. Raids are probably the best way to making fragments right now, but it's a question of which raid should I be doing. Most people will say flame since it's the most popular, and others may say ice or even dark. So I'll go over each one of these raids and tell you what I think about them and what I think is the best and the easiest. Let me start off with some rules I set for myself while doing these raids. First, I cannot change my stats. You might have noticed that I only have 130 energy, and that's because I forgot to put skill points into my melee, which is the one that gives you more energy. So, at the end of this, whatever you see my time is, you will most likely be faster because you'll have more energy than me. Second, I must use Buddha throughout the entire 3 raids. Buddha is the fastest and easiest way to completing these raids, so I'll be using it to help me on this. And third, I'll be using my race awakening at the boss battle of every island. Before I tell you what I think about the flame raid, I'd like to tell you how I'm in servers with only 2 to 3 people max. This is because of this cool Discord server you can join right now using the link in the description, and after you level up in that awesome server, you'll gain access to 8 different private servers you can use right now, like I am. So give it a try. The link is in the description. Now let me talk about a few things I've noticed while doing this raid. First, the space between islands is really long, making traveling between each one take forever, and it ends up wasting a lot of time. Second, the fire users can be pretty annoying, since they have a bunch of these moves that hold you in place, and when there's multiple, it feels like you can even move. And third, there is a bunch of lava all around every island. Now, this isn't really a problem at first, as Buddha, since you'll probably avoid the small lava holes, but if you manage to even touch this lava for a second, your health is going to deplete instantly, and this is even more true in the final stage with the boss, where there's a giant lake of lava, and since the boss has so much knockback in his moves, you're going to be hitting the lava a lot, and it's really hard to survive, even as Buddha. And the boss of this raid has this giant fireball move which does insane damage, and he can spam it as much as it wants. Plus, it leaves a fire area, where if you touch it, you'll take even more damage, making this raid that much more annoying. Another thing I noticed is that sometimes the enemies will get stuck behind objects in the lava, which can waste a bunch of time trying to get them unstuck without touching the lava. And actually, I even die here because the giant fireball move the boss has hit me, and it knocked me back into the lava. So if you're thinking about doing the fire raid solo, just be careful. It's really easy to die on them. Anyways, let's move on to the ice raid. I feel like this raid is a lot more forgiving than the flame raid. You don't really have to worry about dying in this one, and the move set of the ice users aren't that annoying. I think the island designs are a lot worse though, since the flame raid has really flat and open islands, while the ice raid has mountains and bridges splitting the island into 2 parts, making killing the enemies take just a little longer. I won't go as in-depth into this raid, like I did with the flame raid, but overall, I think this one is easier and better for newer players, but you can complete the flame raid faster. So do with that as you will. And in the end, I completed this raid with 5 minutes and 49 seconds left. Now, let's move on to the final raid, the dark raid. Thought this was funny, but for some reason my hand was detached from my arm after doing that raid. Anyways, for the dark raid, I actually have a lot of good things to say about this. First, it's super easy. I don't think I was low on health throughout the entire raid. The dark users are easy, and even the boss was easy. Another thing I noticed is that the island are really close to each other, unlike any of the other raids I've played. This really helped when it came to completing the raid faster, since I would only have to dash 3 or 4 times to be at the next island, which in the end, you'll see, saved me a bunch of time. And third, the island designs aren't bad like the ice raid. They're straightforward, and the ones that have mountains or hills, they make it so the enemies spawn right in front of you, so they don't get stuck on any of that bad terrain. In the end, I think this is my favorite raid to do when farming fragments. So stop listening to everyone saying that flame is the best and give dark a try. See how you feel? And at the end of the raid, I completed it with 6 minutes and 24 seconds left, almost an entire minute faster than the ice raid. This may not seem like a lot, but when you're farming fragments for a while, that extra 40 seconds you gained from doing the dark raid can add up and end up saving you a bunch of time. Now, even if I did die on the flame raid, I'm guessing you can complete it with somewhere around 7 to 6 minutes left. So kind of the same as the dark raid, but I did get someone asking me to do this because they were bored of grinding the flame raid over and over again. And really I am too. So if you're feeling bored of that flame raid, do something different and try the dark raid, or even the ice raid. It's really up to you. Sorry if that whole raid segment took a little too long, I just wanted to get it out the way. Now, we're on to ship farming, which is another method used by people to farm fragments. Now, if you're just sea beast hunting and you accidentally spawn a ship raid, that's fine, it's free fragments. But if you're going out of your way to farm ships only for fragments, then you have a major problem. First of all, ships raids are completely random, meaning they only have a small chance of spawning. I was looking for a ship raid for gameplay for this video, but I couldn't find one after 15 minutes of straight driving with my boat. If you do manage to spawn a ship raid, it'll come with 2 small ships and a big ship. You may be thinking they drop a lot of fragments, right? You're wrong. Each small ship drops 50 fragments, and the big ship drops 100, meaning you'll only get 200 fragments after killing all of the ships, and the health of the ship becomes larger the higher of a level you are. The only good thing I can think of that come from ship raids are the 0.1% chances that you get a devil fruit from it. And 90% of the time it's going to be something bad like rocket. So just don't do ship raids for fragments, please. And for the final part of this video, I'd like to talk about another method that I don't see a lot of people talking about when it comes to farming fragments. And it's to do with the Cake Prince boss. If you don't know what that is, basically, the Cake Prince is a boss. You can spawn in the Cake Island in the Sea of Treats. The only way to spawn him is by going to this NPC, and you need to kill 500 enemies around the Sea of Treats. Then a portal behind that NPC will spawn, letting you fight the Cake Prince. 500 enemies may seem like way too much for you to do, and you're right. That's why we'll be making use of hackers to get this. You'll almost always find hackers in servers nowadays, and most of the time, they'll be farming the same boss you're trying to do, making killing the 500 enemies seem like nothing. Once the hackers have killed them for you, you can fight the Cake Prince and do a little damage, then wait for the bots to do the rest. I couldn't get gameplay of this for the video, since I had to leave before recording it, but it's pretty simple. Let me go over some stuff real quick about the Cake Prince so you aren't confused. You'll need to do at least 10% of his health in order for it to count. If it's your first time killing him, you'll get the dough scarf and a chance for the spiky trident, along with the Dao Commander title, and 3 levels. And once you kill him, you'll get 1,000 fragments. So basically, you're waiting for the exploiters to do all the work, and then you get the kill off. And that's about it for this video. I just wanted to talk about the different methods to farming fragments. So hopefully you learned something new, and it's helped you in some way. Anyways, see ya.